Hello lovelies. Something about this love story has started making people uncomfortable. That uneasy feeling when everything looks shiny, but your mind keeps whispering that something's not right. The more fans tried to enjoy it, the more they began to question what was really going on. It's no longer giving that natural spark, something feels off, and the signs are now too loud to ignore. After that trip, Maurice and Pearl started posting captions that looked sweet at first. But soon, fans noticed the emojis. Hearts, sparkles, suns, everything looked like it came from a joint plan. What should have felt romantic began to feel staged. People weren't clapping anymore. They were asking why each post felt like a performance. Instead of giving couple vibes, it began to look like content. Fans started wondering if what they were watching was a love story or a well-rehearsed script. And once people begin to doubt, it's hard to go back. The smoothness now feels too smooth, and many have stopped believing the connection is as real as it looks online. There's a different kind of strength that doesn't shout or announce itself. That quiet silence that fills the room and makes everyone feel something shift, even if no one says a word. When someone chooses calm over chaos, it draws more attention than any drama ever could. That's the energy Sonia is carrying right now, and it's changing how people see her. Instead of coming online to rant or explain herself, Sonia chose to stay silent. No long messages, no live videos, just peace. But that peace, it's powerful. It's made people pause. In a time when everyone is quick to react, her refusal to engage became the loudest message of all. Fans are calling it real maturity. They are praising the way she didn't try to fight for attention or sympathy. She just stepped back, and that move alone sent a strong signal. She's not fighting noise with more noise. She's showing how to walk away from pain without losing her self-respect. And the fact that she did it with the whole world watching makes it even more powerful. Sometimes, what gets people talking isn't what was said, it's what wasn't said. That silence that starts to feel heavy, like it's carrying its own meaning. It creates a kind of suspense that leaves everyone holding their breath. No names were mentioned, yet everyone knew what was being addressed. That's what made this moment so impactful. When that message dropped, it didn't drag anybody. But it gave people the boldness to start trusting their own feelings. The way it described that uncomfortable feeling, when something seems off, forced, or sneaky, hit so many people deeply. They started thinking about what they'd been seeing and questioning if it was genuine. It was like someone opened the window and let fresh air in. The timing of the post, the choice of words, everything pointed to deeper emotions. And even without directly saying what it was about, it gave people clarity. The message didn't need to scream, it whispered exactly what people were already thinking, and that whisper changed everything. From smiles and laughter to a heavy silence, fans could feel the shift even before anyone said a word. That kind of heartbreak that happens quietly, yet leaves a loud echo in the air. Everyone's watching and waiting, but the person at the center isn't reacting. That stillness becomes the real story. And when that person is someone like Sonia, it leaves people deeply moved. What shocked fans the most was the way Sonia handled everything. There was no public outburst, no sad online breakdown, nothing messy. She just took a step back and stayed silent. That kind of calm isn't easy, especially when it's clear the pain is real. Instead of reacting, she chose to rise above it. People are now calling it a new kind of strength. It's not the strength that fights, it's the strength that walks away with dignity. The situation could have gone in so many directions, but her choice to protect her peace has become the part that fans are still talking about. That calm exit spoke volumes. Sometimes, the more perfect something looks, the more people begin to doubt it. When every detail feels too planned, it starts losing that natural charm. People start paying closer attention, looking for cracks behind the smile. That's the place where this love story has now landed, and fans are no longer watching with excitement. After the trip, Maurice and Pearl started sharing posts that looked like couple goals on the surface. But soon, fans noticed how everything matched too perfectly. The captions, the timing, even the emojis, everything felt like it had been scheduled. What should have felt sweet started feeling rehearsed. And when fans feel like they're watching a performance, the magic disappears. Some supporters are still hopeful, but others say it's hard to believe something that looks this controlled. People miss when things felt real. Right now, the whole vibe is giving more of a production than a relationship. And once fans start seeing love as a show, it becomes harder for them to take it seriously. The connection now feels distant. There's something tiring about watching a relationship go back and forth in public. That feeling where one day everything looks settled, and the next, it all changes again. It makes people feel like they are stuck in a story with no ending, and that kind of emotional rollercoaster becomes draining, not just for those involved, but for the fans too. That's how the situation between Sonia and Maurice feels now. The constant changes have left people feeling confused. Some are saying that Maurice only shows a different side when Pearl is around. It's like two different versions of him exist, and people don't know which one is real. Fans who once rooted for love now just want peace. The emotions are no longer exciting, they're exhausting. People have seen too many shifts, and now they just want things to either be clear or be done. No more guessing. No more subtle posts. No more back and forth. The backstory has become heavier than the romance itself, and that's why fans are slowly stepping back from it all. What happens when silence becomes more powerful than words? When someone chooses not to speak, yet still manages to make everyone feel their presence. That's the kind of shift Sonia has created online, and it's leaving people thinking deeply. Her piece isn't just quiet, it's bold. Despite everything going on, Sonia didn't fall into the trap of explaining or defending. She didn't post emotional messages or try to win sympathy. She simply stepped aside with calmness. That move carried so much meaning. In a time when most people would respond immediately, her silence stood out. It became the statement. Fans started calling it discipline, the kind that comes from knowing your worth. And the more she kept quiet, the louder her message became. It's not about weakness, it's about wisdom. She didn't need to prove anything. Her actions were enough. That kind of composure isn't common, and it's why many are still applauding her today. She handled a public heartbreak with private grace, and that's something people won't forget anytime soon. The moment something starts feeling too smooth, people start wondering if it's still real. That's the problem fans are now having with Maurice and Pearl. It's not that they are being judged, it's that the connection is starting to look too polished. Like it's not flowing naturally anymore. Some fans still support them, no doubt. But others are beginning to speak out, saying the love story no longer feels fresh. It's giving repetition. Each post looks like a continuation of the last, with no real life showing through. The timing of everything, how quickly the captions came, how well the emojis matched, it's starting to feel like content creation, not real emotion. And when love begins to look like a brand, fans start to disconnect. It's not coming from a place of hate, it's coming from instinct. People want to feel the truth in what they see. And right now, that truth seems far away. The love might still be there, but the way it's being shown is making people question everything they once believed. When people fall in love online, fans often cheer them on. But when that love starts to feel like a pattern, like something we've seen before, the cheers slowly turn into questions. That's the awkward place this story is sitting in now. The spark has dimmed, and the doubts are growing louder. After that trip, Maurice and Pearl began sharing posts that looked cute at first. But when fans looked closely, it all started to feel too perfect. The emojis matched. The timing synced. Everything looked polished. But instead of feeling excited, fans felt unsure. They began to wonder if the posts were more for show than for love. The moment people start doubting, the mood changes. Instead of joy, it becomes analysis. Every photo, every word is now being examined. And what once looked like romance is now being treated like a scene from a script. It's a hard shift to watch, especially when the audience used to be fully on board. But people can't help how they feel, and right now, it's not adding up for many. Breakups are always tough, but when the world is watching, it becomes something else entirely. Every movement, every silence, every photo gets magnified. But what Sonia did during this emotional season surprised everyone. She didn't fall apart publicly. She didn't let anyone drag her out. She moved quietly, and that quiet became her strength. From the moment things started shifting, Sonia held herself differently. She didn't post cryptic messages or try to clear the air. She didn't give room for gossip to grow. She simply walked away with grace. Fans could feel the pain, but they could also see the discipline. Going through heartbreak in private is already hard. Doing it with everyone watching is another level. But she stayed calm. She stayed focused. That kind of behavior touched people deeply. It reminded fans that not every response has to be loud. Sometimes, the most powerful reaction is no reaction at all. And that is exactly why Sonia's calmness is now being celebrated more than any flashy post or clapback could ever be. Alright guys. The comment section is open for contributions. Do well to drop your opinions below. Have a lovely day. Bye.